eBay scammer attempt. Someone tried the same BS where you mail them something, you give them the benefit of the doubt because they have 100% positive feedback, and they try to do the bait and switch and get you to do partial refund, etc. Let me get into it. What's going on, guys? My name's Travis. I'm a reseller down here in the Houston area, and what I do is I go and source items from garage sales, estate sales, auction houses, storage lockers, you name it, and basically I share on my videos the content as far as what to find on the cheap and resell for a lot of money through eBay, Facebook Marketplace, or other platforms. If you like this type of content, feel free to like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Let me get into this. Okay, so first of all, the item that I sold is the scrubbing bubbles. It was actually a bolo item. I'll share the screenshots throughout this video so you can kind of see what the attempted scam was, how I replied to it, the fact that I had to give the benefit of the doubt through the eBay messaging system to kind of cover my butt, that I was trying to be a good seller at this point, whatever. But scrubbing bubbles is a bolo item. I picked it up for $3 and it has comps of 50 or 60 bucks. It was brand new in the box. There was no way that I'm opening up the box and I'm testing the thing because it's a shower cleaner. And what are you gonna do? Once you run the liquid through the shower and open up the liquid and all that, it's used at that point. So the only way you could sell it new in the box is if you don't test it. So ended up selling it as new. Buyer paid 60 bucks for it. Shipped it to them, and then a week later I get the dreaded message that quite a lot of you that are resellers probably are used to. Hey, I just got this, unfortunately it doesn't work. I don't know what to do. I guess I'll just have to return it and hopefully get my money back. I can send you video or pictures of it not working, etc. So, of course, I'm like, damn it. First thing I do is, like most of you, you probably look at the reseller's feedback. You want to see if it's a new a new buyer, I should say, if they have ever done this before, where maybe in their comments on their feedbacks will say, hey, fair warning, this guy likes to bait and switch, or, says that something was broken when it wasn't, or return, partial refund, all that type of stuff in the comments. Well, he didn't have any of that. So I was like, okay, well, what am I gonna do? I feel bad that if it was true, I felt bad that it didn't work, but at that point, I can't test it. It was new in the box, and if I tried to test it, I can't say it's new in the box at that point when I do the listing. So I tell them, hey, it's my policy, I'll give you the refund, no problem, but you gotta mail it back. It's gotta be in the same, box that it came in. It's gotta have no scum, because it's a shower cleaner thing, right? So my math was clicking at this point where, if he is trying to do a bait and switch where, let's say he has an old one that stopped working, or he didn't take care of it and the corrosion on the batteries ended up frying the components inside, who knows? And what he did, what people would do as far as this scam is they'll have something that doesn't work anymore. And this goes for a lot of things that are electronics, that's why this is a fair warning. Mine was an electronic shower cleaner, that's a bolo item, but this also coincides with different type of, let's say, video game consoles. Let's say TV VCR combos, the DVD VCR combos, any type of old camera electronics where people could actively have one that stopped working, and what they'll do, and I'm sure you've already heard of this, or you got a gist of this from other reseller channels, but if you haven't, fair warning, they're out there. So my math was maybe this guy had an old one that no longer works. He ordered a new one, and he's saying that, he wants to return the one that basically doesn't work, and he's gonna try to put it out on me. He gets a new one to keep, and he gets his money back. So that ain't gonna happen on my watch. So I sent him back as nicely as possible. Hey, sorry to hear that. It's my policy, basically, I'll give you a full refund, but you gotta mail everything back to me. The cartridge with all the liquid, the brand new thing that should have zero subs, because it was brand new, no soap scum, no nothing, and the original box. Because collectors want that, and I could maybe sell it for parts or whatever. That's what I said. All right, guys, I wanted to cut into the video real quick and just do full transparency so you can see the exact message, how I replied, etc. Here's the paid. See, it was a damaged box. So in case y'all were curious why I didn't get more, you know, there's people out there that want everything pristine, and I didn't have that. $3 for a damaged box one still got me $60. I'm not complaining. All right, so unfortunately, the automatic shower cleaner is not working. The sprayer spins but does not spray. It's easy to use, as I have one for 8 years that is broke. That's a red flag for me when someone says they had one that's broke. I had a video, I have a video, but I can't attach it to this message. I can send you another way of your choice. How do you want to proceed? I want another working one. So basically they said things that eBay would want them. And I said, this is my reply. Ouch, this is not the message that I'd like to receive. Obviously it was brand new in the box and I had no way of testing it without listing it as used afterwards. I have no problems issuing a full refund. Once the item is returned, the item should be free of soap scum and the refill cartridge about full of cleaning solution. Send a partial refund is not capable on the unit. That won't work. This is my only option. Please ship back in the same box and packaging so I can recoup some money for selling as parts, refills, etc. Still sell, y'all. Even the refills on these things. So if you go to estate sales and garage sales and you look under the counters in the bathrooms and stuff, if you see those refills for scrubbing bubbles, buy the freaking refills. People usually will charge it 50 cents or $1 for those things, and you can still sell them for like 20. All right, nothing more I can really do at this point. My apologies. And he did reply. He said, okay, I'll get back to you, mail you, no worries. And this is typically what they do. They always reply until they start figuring out that it's not worth their time and energy to try to clean their old one that doesn't work and make it look like it's still new, etc. Or the battering compartment, like I said. So that's what happened here. The gentleman had a 911 with positive feedback, and it's been, what, 2 weeks now? And still no anything, no any information from eBay, no message from him as far as it being sent out or anything. My guess is, like most typical situations, is going to be the guy just ghosted me. He ends up just keeping it. He uses the solution, or he figured out that it works and he just doesn't, he feels embarrassed that he doesn't want to message back and say, oh, I figured it out, after he already said he had one for 8 years. But anyhow, wanted to make sure that you saw full transparency on how these messages can come through if they try this on you. So what did I get? Crickets. Like, this guy has not mailed anything back. He hasn't messaged me. I haven't got anything from eBay at all as far as a pending dispute on an order or anything. And I wanted to make this video because as I'm dropping comments throughout the video, you'll see what he said and everything else. You know, this is a good fair warning to you guys. You know, we're in an economy now where people are getting desperate to save money any which way or form, and they might have 100% feedback and they'll still try it. It's freaking crazy, guys. And that's kind of what I'm led to believe, because at this point, I haven't heard anything for a long time as far as doing the return, getting his money back or whatever. My only assumption is that he tried to pull a bait and switch, and I called him out on it and told him, hey, you know, not that I don't believe you or anything, but you got to mail it back with, you know, everything you got, no soap, because he probably didn't want to freaking have to clean up his old one or whatever, and he knew it was going to be busting his rear, because the new one obviously has no marks, no soap scum, no residue in the battery compartment, no nothing. And he probably got, if he was going to try to do it, he probably got 5 minutes in and said, this ain't worth my time. And there's no way he's going to buy it. And it might cause me to get in trouble with eBay, because he's going to send these pictures of the item that I send back, and it's obviously not even the same remote condition as the one that, you know, Travis had sent me in the first place. So this video I wanted to make real quick, I'm trying to keep it under 10 minutes, is, you know, cover your butt. And if you are going to offer the returns, because you kind of have to anyway, people say, oh, you don't returns. Well, people can just say it's item not as described, and eBay will force the return. So it's kind of pointless for you not to offer returns, because it can be forced upon you anyway without you even have a say-so. And what are you going to do? Argue with eBay and they just cut off your store? I mean, you can't do that. So I offer the returns, but full return after they mail it back. And a lot of times these people, they either, one, they forget, two, the gig's up and they're not going to want to risk wasting their time for no return at all. Or 3, they're trying to do the partial return scam where, hey, half the times I try this, the people just give me back $20 and, want to move on, and I basically save $20 on my order, where if they try that all the time, imagine half the time it works, they're saving a lot of money, right? So I'm not saying that this buyer particularly does that, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of people that's in their MO, method of operation, where they constantly are bickering or complaining and trying to get partial refunds. But that's all I wanted to say on this video. Hopefully you got a lot of info, and maybe this will help you on your situations going forward on your eBay sales or other platform sales. Mine was for eBay, obviously. Thanks for watching at this point. Hopefully you have a good week, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Peace.